Hello everyone, and welcome back to our final lesson in the data storytelling module, presenting your data story. I'm excited to help you bring all the elements we have discussed together into a powerful presentation. Today, we'll focus on three areas. First, structuring your presentation, organizing your content for maximum impact. Second, engaging with your audience, techniques to keep your audience interested and connected. And third, practice and feedback, the importance of rehearsal and refining your delivery. By the end of this session, you will be equipped to present your data story confidently and effectively. Why is effective presentation so crucial? It brings your data story to life. Your presentation is the culmination of all your hard work in crafting your data story. It maximizes impact and influence. A well-delivered presentation can persuade and inspire your audience to take action. Ensure your message is understood and remembered. Clear communication helps your audience grasp and retain key points. And finally, it encourages audiences' actions or responses. Engaging presentation motivates your audience to engage further with your message. Now, let's discuss how to structure your presentation effectively. Here are the best practices for organization. It mainly consists in introduction, body, and conclusion. First, introduction. You have to grab the attention. Start with a compelling hook, a surprising statistic, a thought-provoking question, or a relevant anecdote. Here is the moment to introduce and present your key message. Clearly state the main point or purpose of your presentation early on. Then we move to the body. Develop your narrative arc. Follow the structure of beginning, middle, and end to maintain a logical flow. Present data and visuals. Use the charts, graphs, and images you have created to support your narrative. Support your key message with evidence. Ensure that every piece of data reinforces your main point. And finally, conclusion. Summarize your key points. Briefly recap the main insights you have shared. Reinforce your key message. Restate your central idea to leave a lasting impression. And finally, what we want the most, call to action. Encourage your audience to take specific steps or consider new perspectives based on your presentation. Here are some tips for a logical flow. Maintaining a logical flow keeps your audience engaged and ensures your message is clear. Maintaining clarity and cohesion by a logical sequence. Arrange your points in a coherent order that builds upon each previous point. Use transitions like next, however, on another hand, to guide your audience through your story. Then you have to keep it simple. Avoid overwhelming your audience with too much information. Focus on the most critical data that supports your key message. Remember that. It's very important to keep your story simple and focused. And finally, reiterate your key message. Remind your audience of your main point throughout the presentation. This reinforcement helps to solidify your message in their minds. Now, let's see how to engage with your audience. Engagement is key to a successful presentation. Here are some techniques to captivate your audience. First, ask questions. Pose rhetorical questions to stimulate thinking. Encourage participation by asking for input or experiences. You could also use anecdotes and stories. Share relevant stories that illustrate your points. Stories make your presentation more relatable and memorable. Finally, incorporate multimedia. Use videos, images, or live demonstrations to enhance understanding. Multimedia elements can break the monotony and rearrange your audience. How to connect with your audience? Building a connection with your audience enhances engagement and retention. You have to build rapport. You can do that by eye contact. Establish trust and show confidence. Make sure to look at different parts of the audience to include everyone. Body language. Stand confidently with an open posture. And finally, you have to use vocal variety. That means you have to vary your tone, your pitch, and pace to maintain interest. And finally, pause for effect and to allow important things to sink in. Here are some tips for effective presentation. First, rehearse aloud. Practice speaking your presentation, not just reading it silently. It helps with memorization and natural delivery. Use a mirror or record yourself. Observe your body language and facial expressions. Listen to your tone and pace to make adjustments. Finally, time your presentation. Ensure you stay within the time limit. Adjust your content as needed to fit the time frame. That's very important. Seeking feedback. Why seek feedback? Because it helps gain new perspective. Others may notice things you have overlooked. It also identifies blind spots, highlight areas that might be unclear or confusing. And finally, improve content and delivery. Constructive criticism helps refine your presentation. Now let's see how to get feedback. You could get feedback by three main ways. First, by peer review, presented to friends, family, or colleagues. Ask for honest opinions and suggestions. Secondly, we could have expert advice. Consult mentors or professionals in your field. They can provide insights based on experience. And finally, audience surveys. After delivering your presentation, gather feedback from your audience. Use this input to improve future presentations. Now, how to incorporate feedback? Once you have received feedback, it's important to act on it. First, we have to be open minded. Listen without defensiveness. Remember, feedback is meant to help you improve. Consider all suggestions. Even if you don't agree immediately, take time to reflect on the feedback. Implement changes. Adjust content as needed. Clarify or expand on points that were unclear. Refine visuals and delivery. Improve slides or practice areas highlighted in the feedback. Practice again. Rehearse with improvements. Integrate all the changes into your presentation. And finally, seek additional feedback if possible. Confirm is that the revisions were made enhance your presentation. Let's recap on what we have covered today. Structuring your presentation. Use a clear introduction, body, and conclusion to organize your content effectively. Engaging with your audience. Apply techniques like asking questions, using anecdotes, and connecting through eye contact and body language. Finally, practice and incorporating feedback. Rehearse thoroughly to be open to feedback and refine your presentation. These strategies will help you deliver your data story with confidence and impact. Now, let's see how all the pieces of data storytelling fit together. First, understand the fundamentals. Combine data, visuals, and narrative to communicate insights effectively. Craft your data story. Identify your audience and key message. Build a compelling narrative arc. Then, visualize your data, choose the right visualizations, and apply design principles for clarity and impact. Finally, present it effectively. Structure the presentation logically, engage with your audience, and practice and refine your delivery. By following these steps, you are well on your way to becoming a proficient data storyteller. Now, guys, it's time for you to apply your data story skills. I encourage you to put these skills into practice. Please take action. Apply data storytelling skills in your projects. Use what you have learned in your work, studies, or community initiatives. Share your stories to drive positive change. Your data stories can inform, inspire, and influence others. Continue refining your skills. Keep practicing and seeking opportunities to improve. And please remember this, your data stories have power. They can make a significant impact when shared effectively. You have the tools. You have gained valuable skills to craft and present compelling data stories. I trust on you on that. To continue your journey, here are some resources. We have books like Presentation Zen by Gary Reynolds. We have Resonate, Present Visual Stories by Nancy Duarte. There are free online courses like the ones on Coursera or edX in public speaking. You can always watch TED Talks and learn from effective speakers. There are a couple of websites like Toastmasters International and GaryReynolds.com. These resources can help you further develop your presentation abilities. Before we conclude, take a moment to reflect. I would like you to reflect on this. What have you learned? Consider the knowledge and skills you have gained. And most important of all, how will you use these skills? Think about how you will apply data storytelling in your endeavors. Thank you so much, everyone, for your participation in this data storytelling module. I look forward to seeing the impactful data stories you will create. Remember this, your ability to tell compelling data stories can make a real difference. Best of luck in your data storytelling journey. Have a good one. Bye.